That is why they call me the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. Mukluk, before this gala concludes, there's something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense that a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Leave silently. Okay. Master of Ceremonies. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be bold, many guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. I will return to the guests. They will be delighted. Glory to the House Von Valancius. Okay, so there's more people outside. Why did we randomly hit on the dude's wife? So I was just trying to talk to everybody, and when I talked to his wife, like, all of a sudden, like, every option was, like, steal his wife. And I was like, what? Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Solomorn. As jubilant as this occasion may be, it cannot distract me from my duty. You go ahead and celebrate, Road Trader. Glido and I will make sure that no one ruins your day. Alright. Imagine you're one of the top 3 nobles on the planet, new guy shows up, finds you for gossip, and it's your wife. What a ride. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Was he really up there? One sec. Your gatherings look odd and unusual. I will remember this. This exotic statue, which formerly pleased the eyes of Xenos, now adorns the palace of the dynasty of glorious explorers of the Coronis Expanse. Where's Abelard? There he is. Governor Urban Drivestem stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. Glare at him with animosity? Why? He hasn't done anything wrong, to my knowledge. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. You're buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drivestem, you notice a couple of young nobles in Sarbac and Gaprak colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dargonis have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in great power armor, adorned with a column with a skull, is undoubtedly a high-ranking inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Low chance of logic. Nod to the Inquisitor. My greetings to a member of the Holy Inquisition. Kalkazar. Isn't he, like, really important? I think he's super important. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Mukluk von Valancius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. I appreciate your display of loyalty to the Imperium. By having one of the Holy Ordos members at your side during the ceremony, you have demonstrated that you consider yourself a son in the fold of our reverent organization. The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask, mounted with dozens of augmetics, comes a metallic rasp. Glory to the Von Valancius heir. Awareness. Succeeded. The Lord Inquisitor's relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. He is akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in the brush of fake smiles and elegant conversation, for now. Among the many augmentations, what stands out is the horribly melted, deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. How it is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? And who is this member of the honorable priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant. His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, ragged breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues, warrant due caution. We have not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Coronos Expanse's conclave and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure that the sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. An unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask you detect a hint of mockery. Enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. What were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dargonis. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. He offers you a thin and obsequious smile. Sharing the sector with a blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope you respond to their raid on Dargonis with a punitive campaign. Young Sarbak's smile is conceited and bloodthirsty. Look at Abelard's young relative. And what is your name? Your lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Wersarian and my great-granddaughter, Astartia. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, your lordship. Astartia bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Drivestem glowers at Astartia with cold hostility, while young Sourback does not even try to hide his burning contempt. I hope the Wersarian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness, she says warmly. I am obliged, dear Astartia. It looks like Abelard is somewhat embarrassed by the turn this conversation has taken. Where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They're in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Astartia frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. Sarback smirks. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. Wow. Wow. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your lordship. Never before have I seen such grand and striking ceremony. Her voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. Perception failed. Young Gaprak is gawking at Astartia with a strange and somewhat dull-witted expression. What? Enjoy the evening. Thank you, your lordship. Talk to young Sourback. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. He talks ardently and smoothly like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. By having a member of the Inquisition by your side at the ceremony, your lordship has shown that your intent is to closely abide by the Imperium's credo, to root out Xenoscourge, and House Sourback will offer every support to you in this righteous undertaking. Yeah, just don't tell Yearly. Or they may be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. The young man in Gaprak color speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in this circle. Make the guy a soldier right now? Oh my god. He will die. Dude, Calcazar is in this circle. I don't want to say anything pro-Xenos while Calcazar's here. It pleases me to see such earnest faith. I commend you. He blushes and raises his chin. House Sourback is stalwart in its faith, your lordship. Are you imagining things, or did you just notice a mocking glint in the eye of the Inquisitor standing amongst the guests? Leave them. Okay. Cabela. Your subjects have turned the act of killing into amusement. This is great sacrilege, Daman, but have no fear. Wait, what was she? It went away. I will explain the will of the Undying One to the lay people. They're just doing, oh, when I was like this, I was like, they're just doing target practice. And then I turned around and realized there's actual people hanging there, okay. Yeah, that's kind of weird. What's this? This eerily crackling Xenos trophy is a testament to how the omnisci's gifts become twisted shadows of themselves in the hands of inhumans. Kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Sandwich. Moist and delicious. It's good. PB&J. All right. I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you, your lordship.
Your chambers are ready, your lordship. Guards! Intruder!
Quiet. Time to sleep.
Okay.
We need to talk in private.
I hope you didn't just kill my master of
matters to
ceremonies.
discuss, von Valancius.
The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in your chambers with the look of someone who is supposed to be there. He casts a cold, assessing gaze over you from top to bottom. No one save Theodora has ever allowed themselves the liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman behind Kalkazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. Will my servant live?
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
The woman at Kalkazar's back gives you a bloodthirsty smirk. Well, we are dogmatic. If the Inquisition wishes to have a talk with me, I am glad to be at its service.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
The Inquisitor's sharp gaze is fixed on a point directly between your eyes.
Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a regicide player who has just made the first move and is now watching for his opponent's reaction. What do you wish to know about the events on Janus?
Oh, I know it already. Even though you were quite effective at removing all evidence that could point to the blunder made by House von Valancius.
Removing evidence?
It is saddening to realize that the rogue trader's connivance allowed a heretic who had been fostering a cult for years to come to power.
So, Vistenza Viat was the leader of that planet, and she was worshipping Slanesh, and we killed her when we found out. So I guess that's what he's talking about. Vistenza's misdeeds are a stain upon my dynasty's honor, I admit it.
Your humility is heartening. Rest assured, it will be noted during the investigation of your lamentable oversight.
If you knew about what was happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
What questions could you have for me about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty.
Huh?
After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
I have made every effort and saw to it that every seed of heresy was exterminated. The world of Kiava Gamma is tainted no more. I can vouch for that.
I hope you are sufficiently thorough. If you are not, you will be called to account. And the machine? You destroyed it. Why? So much invaluable data. Lost. In Master Van Kellogg's dispatch, he reported that he made you well aware of how important that data was, and he clearly requested that you not interfere in the investigation.
Kalkazar falls silent, giving you the impression that the discussion of this topic is concluded, but then, in a delicate, casual tone, he asks this. What have you enjoyed playing more, Mirage or Daredevil? And by the way, Muck, how are you? What's up, Burst? I mean, I don't main either of those classes, but if I had to pick one of the two, probably Daredevil. His face grim, Heinrichs gives an almost imperceptible shrug as if to say, I warned you. Get mad. I will not have anyone tell me which heretical abominations I may eradicate on my own planet in which I may not.
A dangerous delusion. Upsetting as it may be for you, I will indeed tell you which heretical abominations you have the right to destroy and which you are not to lay a finger on.
The Drakari have shown an interest in me. Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
Okay.
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Lore Imperium success. Xenos made more attempts on St. Drusus's life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you? The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
What kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that, when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. As proof of the seriousness of my hopes for you, I can assign Heinrichs as your escort. He is my best agent, and I would not offer his company to anyone but my most trusted ally.
And what is your opinion of Heinrichs? Is he a useful assistant to have?
Without a doubt, Master Van Kellogg's has earned my complete trust by repeatedly demonstrating courage, loyalty, and cunning. His mathematical mind, not given to sentiment, can be of great use in an emergency. You, my dear Heinrichs, have made a far better agent than you would have a pilot of an Imperial Knight.
No, I do want Heinrichs to continue to accompany me.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
His last remark sounds ambiguous.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
My favor takes other forms as well. Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
He removes a signet ring from his finger and hands it to you. You notice an intricate personal coat of arms on it.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
The ring symbolizes its owner's closest to the Lord Inquisitor, which inspires the owner's companions and adds weight to their orders. Plus 25 persuasion and the Inquisitor's decree ability. The Signet of the Inquisition provides power, plus 30 momentum, removes burning, bleeding, and toxin, grants plus persuasion divided by blah 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 temporary wounds and armor to the wearer. Alright, so you gain hit points and armor to you and all your allies based on your persuasion skill. Wait, what? There's a dogmatic option to join the Inquisition? Okay, I don't know if it will let me do this, but I'm curious. Dogmatic adherent. Drop to one knee. Lord Inquisitor, it would be the greatest honor to swear an oath of loyalty to you and join the ranks of the Inquisition.
Your zeal is impressive. However, I cannot accept such an oath from you. At least, not now. You will be more useful to the Inquisition in your current position than as a member of my coterie. Nevertheless, this is a gift. A sign that your fervor has not gone unnoticed.
Ooh.
Should it remain undiminished, one day this blade will be melted down to make your inquisitorial rosette. Such is the tradition of our conclave.
The Inquisitor draws a broad blade from his belt. It is engraved with the scripture along its length. He offers the gilded grip to you. Inquisitor's Dagger. On a successful hit with this weapon, the target must pass a willpower resistance test with a minus 18 penalty, or immediately be moved 4 cells away, provoking attacks of opportunity. That went way different than the first time you went through this. Yeah, the last time I met this guy, I think I was like, I acted all indignant and insulted that he broke into my office, and I was like, take your spy back, and like, I think we got rid of Heinrichs after that. As if in confirmation of the Lord Inquisitor's words, Heinrich brings his hand to his own rosette.
Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
For the first time during the entire exchange, emotion creeps into Heinrich's face. He looks like someone who's expecting an unpleasant conversation. Yeah, I mean, he did kind of set this up to, like, you know, kind of drop a bombshell on me. Oh, cutscene.
The rise of the rogue trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
Drukari ships, I think. Okay, now I'm in my chair. You've spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonis and its everyday life. The life that has been passing you by lately as you have been preoccupied with the affairs of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Clementia barely contains a yawn. Once Janris Danarok has finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here. We just need to go over the final item on today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. Next. Allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects. The high nobility of Dargonis, it goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your lordship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity toward the esteemed families. Mechanicus Creations. House Kaprak has sent shuttles carrying sacred technology and manufactured parts that can be used to replace old joints and connections within mechanisms. The machine spirits of these devices have been pacified. They are slumbering peacefully as they await your decision on how to employ their capabilities. Lord Captain, news of particular import has come from the House's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Kalkazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Kalkazar, and they are being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital world houses of Corda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that Her Ladyship Corda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since his Lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents are unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you'll be the first to know, your lordship. Clementia glances down at her data slate. Lastly, your pet Xenos Yurliet, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the Rogue Trader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Eldari appeared perturbed.